This goes out to you. This goes out to you and you and you and you. This goes out to you. This goes out to you. This goes out to you and you and you. Your reign on the top was short like leprechauns as I crush so-called willies, thugs, and rapadons. Get in that ass quick fast like Ramadan. It's that rap phenomenon, Don Dada. Fuck Papa, you got to call me Francis MH. White intake like toast, toe iron. Was told in shootouts, stay low and keep firing. Keep extra clips for extra shit. Who's next to flip on that cat with that grip on rap? The most shady, Frankie baby. Ain't no telling where I may be. May see me in DC at Howard Homecoming with my man Capone drumming fucking something. You should know my stilo. Went from 10 G's for blow to 30 G's a show to orgies with O's I never seen before. So, Jesus, get off the notorious. Mean us before I squeeze and bust. If the beef between us, we can settle it with the chrome and metal shit. I make it hot like a kettle get. You're delicate, you better get who sent you. You still pedal shit. I got more rides, the great adventure. Biggie.
How are you gonna do it? Do it.
Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. On your mark, get set. When I spark, you wet. Look how dark you get when you're marked for death. Should I start your breath or should I let you die? In fear, you start to cry. Ask why. Lyrically, I'm worship. Don't front the word sick. You cursed it, but rehearsed it. I drop unexpectedly like bird shit. You herbs get stuck quickly for royalties and show money. Don't forget the publishing. I punish them. I'm done with them, son. I'm surprised you run with them. I think they got coming.
What is up? What is up, YouTube? What's going on? Making sure we got everything set up on this stream. Got it over to the boys in Telegram and Discord. How are we doing this afternoon, people? How was your trading day? Make some money. Green on the day, red on the day. What are we looking like? Roll call. Mario, what's up, man? What's up? Good to see you, man. Yeah. Mario says here. Good, man. Good. Gonna get some trading in here, some live trading here on NQ, NASDAQ Futures, the E-mini, towards the end of the day. Power hour, as some like to call it. Checking out what we have going on here. Gonna be trading a Top Step account. Somebody pointed out something on this live really interesting. On one of my prior lives, I was not paying attention to the math. I was just going for the larger account and the larger risk capital that the larger account has. The Top Step 150K, but they said the percent-wise drawdown and the percent gain relative to that drawdown is better on the smaller account, and they are correct. The 50K account actually has the best metrics. Now, overall, obviously, it's a smaller daily drawdown and max drawdown, but the percent of the total capital that you're paying for there is actually better on the 50K, and the profit target that you have to hit relative to that max drawdown is indeed much more appetizing. So I'm on a 50K Top Step account. I like the idea. I think it's a little aggressive to try to trade just one contract, but that's going to be my game plan. Maybe about $250 to $300 of risk per trade. It will only give me a couple losses before I'm stopped out for the day, with a $1,000 max drawdown limit and a $2,000 max drawdown, $1,000 daily drawdown limit, excuse me. But it's a pretty modest profit target of only $3,000 to get funded. You got to hit 3,000 in profit before you hit 2,000 in loss. I think that's the deal. And they limit you to 5 contracts in the max position size in the evaluation, and then they have a scaling plan where you have to start out real small, which is fine. Again, I think trading 5 contracts, with $1,000 daily stop out limit and a $2,000 max drawdown almost ensures you're going to blow it pretty quick, unless you build up some profit and you use that as a cushion. But that's the game plan, that I'll approach this. Trade 1 contract, build up a little bit of cushion, and then maybe take on some more risk. It doesn't really even leave that much room for doing that unless you really build it up a little bit. You go up, 500 on the day or more than 500 because you can only hit 50% of your profit target, and if your profit target is $3,000, 50% of that would be $1,500. So if you were going to pass it in 2 days, you'd make $1,500 on each day. But we're not going to worry too much about all that. Just going to look for some trades. Going to structure my risk appropriately, but just keeping it transparent, letting you guys know what I'm messing with. Again, $49, maybe less than $50 for an account is pretty low amount of risk, in my world. So I'm getting familiar with these accounts. I'm going to be testing out different ones. Like I said, I've been trading some 150K combines. Now I'm trading a 50K combine. Going to mess with that, see how I like these, and how I like trying it on the smaller account. But yeah, that's where I'm at. So let's do some technical analysis. Here's the 5-minute chart on NASDAQ. Here's the 9:30 open. This was pre-market low, marked out by this horizontal line. We got pre-market high, marked out by this horizontal line. We have prior day's high and prior day's low, marked out with these levels here. And then if we drop out to like the 1 hour, you can see a couple zones I had marked out. This one here coming off of this low, and kind of this area here. This is a little bit aggressive, but I wanted to have a line down here just in case we didn't have the high wick. Probably be looking for something really more up towards the top of this zone. Above and below that, we really don't have to worry unless we get a massive impulsive move. But we kind of had an interesting day. We sold off pretty hard in the morning, rejected right at prior day low, and the zone that we had drawn came right back up into the trading range, and we were kind of chopping around, trailing back and forth. We consolidated a bit here. This was a little bit interesting. Looked like it was going to turn down potentially, and since then have just been trailing up. So I'm going to be utilizing my same tools I have been over the past weeks and months. My price action, market structure, that's my bread and butter. And then TradingView's footprint chart, looking at stacked imbalances, looking at a little more detailed view of what's going on within each of these candles. I have the zoomed in chart of this over on the side of my screen, which is not loading now. I have Tradovate open on another monitor that I'll be trading directly through Tradovate. You guys will see it. It's still connected. You'll see everything. Enter on here, but I'll likely be opening and closing positions on a separate screen through Tradovate. Doesn't make any difference to you guys really, except for me not hitting the button right here. But that will eliminate any of the lag or worry that I had yesterday. Let me fix this up. There we go. Cool. Yeah, really the most lag that I saw yesterday. Good evening. What's up? Nice to meet you, man. Nice to meet you. Thanks for jumping on. Most lag I've ever seen yesterday. Again, we had a lot of news going on, a lot of volatility. Potentially a lot of people watching. So that could have been adding to that. But I don't like to have risk on in the market at all. Trying to trade with lag going on. So that is that. Cool. So we're coming back down towards this pre-market high level. We're tapping this high right here on the 1 minute. Just based off the day's trend and this recent trend, I'm looking to get long right now unless we start coming down back into this range and really selling off immediately. I think it's going to come down further. That's why I'm not getting long right now. But we're going to take some, like we said, small trades, one contract. Again, be a little bit boring. I was trading the 150s earlier. It's a little bit funner to see, you know, $1,000, $1,500, taking on a lot of risk with 4 contracts. So I hope I don't put you guys to sleep trading 1 contract at a time with a 50 tick stop or so. But that's my game plan right now. I think if I can mess with these 50K accounts, just kind of see how that goes. Again, not leaving myself a lot of room for consecutive losses like I was talking about in Telegram. But it's a pretty modest profit target that you have to hit, in my opinion, and it's actually a better amount of risk capital if you look at what they're giving you for your max drawdown. So I'm going to mess with that. Still coming down. Not super aggressively, but I'm going to look to see if we get some kind of reaction in this area here where we started to push off from pre-market high. Maybe we come down to this area. Maybe we turn right here. I don't love throwing a position on, you know, something like this. This is really what just my baseline start. Again, you guys know I trade discretionary. I'm gonna edit my stops and targets, you know, to a degree. I'm gonna try to shoot for a positive risk to reward. You know, 100 ticks on a 50 tick stop is pretty nice, but that's actually gonna play out pretty nicely right now. Yeah, I'm just not 100% sold on this just yet. It's been trailing up for so long. I think it's kind of getting overextended here. I figured a comeback down into pre-market range was about due. Again, I'm not in a trade, just showing you guys what I was initially looking at. That we got some buyers stepping in, obviously some momentum here. I think this is going to come back down. I think it's going to fake out and a come back down, and maybe maybe for the end of the day we trail back into the range. Again, just kind of doing my technical analysis, reading market structure, reading price action, seeing where we're at for the day, and forming a little bit of a short-term bias. But you know, we're gonna go on the low time frame trend here on the 1 minute. This is the 1 minute chart for NQ futures. If you're here late, 1 minute chart on NQ futures, trading a 50K top step account. It's a new one, messing with that today. Gonna see if we can get a little bit of profit going. Again, just kind of feel it out. Wow, that popped right up, and my buy down here would have been fine. But let's see where we go from here. Just going to stay a little bit patient, chill out. Again, we had a lot going on. There's a lot of news this week. I've been not super excited about making some big profits early on in the day and giving a bit back in the middle of the day or the afternoon. It's not a good feeling to do that, and it certainly isn't great for your P&L. So, you know, I don't want to create any hard rules for myself to come in here and not trade or something like that. But I don't love the winning in the morning and losing in the afternoon. Plus, it's not fun for you guys on YouTube. So we'll see what we can get rolling, man. Yeah, got my delta chart set up on the side footprint, but looking at delta zoomed in. Now we got a stacked imbalance to the downside here. I mean, below price, it's a buying stacked imbalance, bullish stacked imbalance. Let's see what price does if it comes back down into this area or if it just stays above it. But this would now be another area that we would want to watch if price comes back down into. Do we see a nice rejection here and a continuation up? Or do we see price come down, maybe chop around, and then start pushing through, clearing these strong buyers that have stepped in and started to push down? But this was a nice break and retest trade. This would have played out pretty nicely so far. But again, this is, this is just maybe me having that too much caution, but this looks a little bit extended coming past pre-market high, putting the highs in for the day. Let's look at the 15-minute. Yeah, don't have much by way of price action. You've got this area here, but price just absolutely blew through that. Kind of tapped into it a couple times. We really don't have too much immediately left until we get up here to prior day highs. So maybe we run towards that. You know, that's a real potential. Obviously, very, very bullish on the 15-minute chart. Not a lot of candles trading below prior bar low. Really none of these. So it's been running. Let's see what we get right down in this area. That's what I'm watching right now for an immediate play. But if you're on, thanks for being here. Appreciate you jumping on. Getting some live trading in here towards the afternoon. Power hour. Let's make sure we don't have anything. I check news sites like 10 times a day. I don't like to be caught off guard. No, we're okay for news. No red folder. Tomorrow we've got, non-farm payroll tomorrow, right? Yeah, we got NFP tomorrow. So non-farm payroll and average or hourly earnings, unemployment rate, all of that is at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, 1 hour before New York Stock Exchange open, NYSE open. That should make for a really interesting day. There's also medium impact at 9:45, and then another red folder, ISM Services PMI at 10 a.m. tomorrow. So we got another stacked news day finishing out this heavy news week. So, we'll trade around that. Again, I had some fun trading around Powell yesterday. It didn't play so nice for me right off the bat, but I held on to a short and scalped a little bit on the way down after we jumped off. That was fun, but we'll try to not be in the market unless we want to just risk it for the biscuit. Right as those releases are coming out, I think after you stand a better chance, you can start to read the market, and then you're just trading, really big price action. Keep your stops tight and try to get in with the move, and you could be okay. But busy news day tomorrow, 8:30, 9:45, and 10. Plus, I find the last hour of Friday not so appetizing. I think it can be pretty volatile, a little bit more unpredictable than the market typically is, which is pretty damn unpredictable. So we'll decide if we want to trade that. But we are at 2:53 p.m. Eastern. Got the last hour of NYSE session coming up. I think this is likely to come back down into this zone here based on the consolidation, the failure to move higher. We are looking at a massive uptrend here, obviously, but I'm going to take this one to the... let me look at Tradeovate. Looking at taking a quick short on this one, playing it to the downside, stop loss just above these highs. Again, looking just for a move like this. It's a pretty risky move to be selling with all this buying pressure. But I'm looking at a retracement down into this area here. If we pop right above this, it's not going to be looking too hot for me. Ooh, now I might wait a minute. We got a really strong delta coming in on this candle, buyer stepping in. Yep. Not just yet. Yeah, no sells, man. That's the no sell call right there. This would have been the play. Nice retracement down here. We've got this beautiful break and retest structure coming off these highs. And I am just not being a strong enough bull today. But if I mark these off, just like the wicks of these candles, to give you guys an example of what I mean by really clean break and retest structure, look at how price action has formed on every single one of these. Let's just mark these like this. I mean, we literally could have caught a buy off of every single one of these if we were buying on selling pressure coming back down into the zone. We've got pushes up and then retest down to the prior high broken in the uptrend. If you could see that here, here's the prior high, comes up and breaks. Where are we looking? We're looking right here. Boom, retest right down into this area. We push back up, same thing. We've got this high here, but this is the main high, that was confirmed as price broke above it. Where are we looking for price to come back down to? Boom, right into that high. Really strong uptrend, and we were just retesting, just tapping against these highs before continuing up. I'm going to get rid of all of these zones that I just put on the chart as an example of really, really clean break and retest structure on the 1 minute. Again, on a 15-minute chart or 1 hour chart, these are just straight bullish candles, right? Like, you see what we're looking at on a 1 hour chart, just big bullish candles, even like a 30-minute. We really don't have retests of highs. You can see a little bit of it, but when you drop down to the really low time frames, we can catch some of that. It's given us a second chance here. I didn't like how big that candle just came down. There was quite a bit of selling pressure on that one. Try not to just take a long for the sake of taking a long, but that's going to be the move here in a minute. I'm going to see if we tap down into this area again. Originally, it's what I said I was waiting for. I'm going to stick to my guns, be patient. This is what I was looking at, stacked and balanced. Again, you can see these form all day, and as price trades back through it and more volume and trading takes place in that area of price coming back down across it, it'll just close out. There's no longer that imbalance sitting there, stacked imbalance, which is, again, just a much heavier delta. Big difference between buyers and sellers. Buyers came in really strong and overpowered sellers by a long shot, brought price up. Creates, areas of interest on the chart that we may want to look at. It's also visible on the candlestick chart. If you look, closely, you can see people call those gaps, those imbalances, that type of deal. What is Discord doing? Get rid of that. But if you're just jumping on, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here on another live. Don't really want to just sit here and watch the market tear up, but I'm doing my best not to just arbitrarily hop in because we're in an uptrend. This was my chance. Didn't really have a big bias and was just starting my analysis right there. But this still looks strong. And I don't think it's going to give me the opportunity on a nice pullback really to jump in. YouTube is warning me again for some reason. That's fine. We're good, YouTube. As long as TradingView doesn't start lagging out again, we'll be all right. Yep, NQ's just gonna keep doing his thing. Not a ton of buying pressure on any of these candles, just a really slow trickle to the upside. Obviously, buyers in control, just pulling price up, but it's just a slow trickle. Doesn't provide a really comforting way to structure risk, and on moves like this can kind of just leave me in the dust. I just don't see the big enough pullback where I like to see price come down, kind of show me it's bottoming out, and then start the move up. That's kind of my entry model. This is just a little bit strong of a trend, man. And it feels late to be jumping in on anything, but that might be the play. again, just watching this area right here, watching below these lows for a pullback and then a continuation to the upside or some kind of at least stall reaction down here. I don't want to be buying on a huge sell-off candle that would be maybe indicating that we are going to run back down into this zone, but this just looks super strong. Get my Tradeovate set up over here in the corner. We look good. We got P&L showing. Yeah, we got P&L showing. That's cool. Let's see what Let's see what we get on this pullback. Price pulling back down. Yeah, this is super laggy. It must be what I'm streaming. It's rough because I tested this again, but that's late to the party. That candle right there. Yeah, I'm not gonna cut my day off here just because I'm watching it lag. But this is I know this is delayed on YouTube, but this is delayed in real time for me. It must be when I have OBS and just too many programs running up at the same time and recording, and using just too many external things. Maybe I'll have to condense a little bit, but that's frustrating to see. I don't like it to be any more laggy than it needs to be for you guys. I run the YouTube stream in ultra low latency, so you guys can kind of see what I'm seeing as quick as I'm seeing it. So that's not super fun, but Tradeovate seems to be super real time. It's ahead of both TradingView windows that I have open, so that's cool. But we got price coming back down into this stacked imbalance area. Let's see if we stay above this or if we start pushing lower, and a retracement lower is going to be likely. That's where I'm forming this bias, maybe to the downside. I don't want to take anything just yet. Again, this could look like a nice buy. But we did push up real nice and hard here. We kind of came right back down. Could have been something just like this. And then we crept back up, failed to break this high again. And now we look like we're coming back down to fill this stacked imbalance and maybe run towards pre-market high. Again, this is a nice level that can be targeted. Got some sellers stepping in for sure. If we get a quick pull back and then a continuation, I'm going to look for this one. I just don't want to jump in too early to anything, a buy or a sell. If this is just going to pop right back up, or if indeed these sellers will take control or continue to take control. It was a nice strong negative delta. Quite a bit of volume traded right there. Nope. Buyer stepping in heavily on that one. It's just going to look like a nice tap of that zone. Yeah, I might just be looking completely the wrong way on this one. I'm still looking short, again, to run back down to pre-market high. Typically when there's such a strong trend like this, on the low time frame, you see some form of a nice pullback. We haven't seen that since really before 1 p.m. today, so we've just been running. Again, this can just be my overall bias getting in the way of taking some good trades. As you could see, what I was watching here was to see if this started to pull back through this. I was looking for a tap in here, pull back up to this area, and then a rejection to continue. But this looks like it just wants to take off and run. I'm going to wait and see. Yeah, I'm going to wait and see if... Nope, it's pushing up. Take the magnet off. Yep, here's TradingView lagging a little bit. Not a massive continuation. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for the risky play on this one, guys. I think shorts are gonna come back in here and take this down. I'm watching this price action. I'm watching it pop right back up. I'm gonna give it a second just in case it blows straight through. But I think I might take an aggressive entry here, right around these highs, playing a short down for about 100 ticks, if this does indeed start to turn. Nope, not yet. Can actually enter this one on TradingView because I don't need. I want yeah, no. Nope. I'm gonna have to wait on this, guys. It's a buy at any point over the last 3 or 4 hours, and you would have been fine. I'm gonna time myself out for a minute here because it's just not doing what I'm expecting. It's just a constant nice strong uptrend. I'm looking short on this for some reason. I'm obviously looking the wrong way. This is the basic stuff, right? Super strong uptrend. Why are we looking for sells? It's really been that way since it pulled all the way back down to prior day's low. It's feeling really overextended for me to jump in on any of these candles, but a buy right down at this zone, aggressive as it was coming down, would have been a very nice 100-something tick move, 150 tick move. That would have been a 3-to-1 win. Easily would have hit 2-to-1 quickly. Might have the same opportunity as if it does come back down to this area, but every one of these that passes, you get more and more more and more extended and, you know, start to be looking for that that pullback. But I'm just waiting it out now at this point. I missed my nice chances from my longs here. Anywhere down here would have been fine. This would have been a no-brainer. But for some reason, I'm looking short back down to this pre-market area, thinking we're going to see a big pullback, but not at all feeling that right now. So I'm going to hang out for a little bit longer, watch this thing, but I'm asleep at the wheel, as they say. I'm missing long entries, looking short, trying to catch the falling knife. Usually that's when the market's dumping, you're trying to buy as it's falling, but that's kind of the game here. But I'll just have to start trying longs, man. That'll be the move. That will be the move. If you're just jumping on, what's up? We're trading NQ futures here. Looking for an entry. Again, kind of asleep at the wheel here. I jumped on right about that 230 mark, was watching it come down a little bit. This would have been a nice entry, retesting this high right here. This would have been a really nice aggressive entry, coming down into this stacked imbalance area. Either one of those would have played out really nice. Everything pretty much outside of buying as it whipped back down right here would have been fine. Buying on, on pressure coming up out of this zone would have worked out very nicely as well. Looking for just another retest area where I'll try a long. If we come down into this zone, let's look at structuring a trade. I'd have to have a pretty big stop to take care of that. I'm going to wait to see if it comes down here low enough to give me about a 50 to 60 tick stop loss. That's about the total amount of risk that I want to take on with this account, trading one mini. Don't want to start trading micros. They have limits on how many contracts you could trade, and one micro and one mini are looked at as the same. So you end up really limited if you drop down to micros. But let's see, we come down, break these lows, tap into this area. Maybe we try the long, get in on this continuation somehow, some way. I've got a feeling I'm going to miss it again. Or, you start to get that gut feeling that it is overextended. It's going to come back down as soon as you take the long. That's going to be the dump. But okay, so now we've got some heavy selling pressure pushing directly through that stacked imbalance. Here, obviously, a big bearish candle. Let's wait to see how this closes. Nope, we got buyers stepping in on this one.
Order filled.
Try it from right down here, guys. Let me just adjust this. Let me look for that is about 44. Somewhere up here is the 100. Let's see if I'm being too aggressive on this one. Again, watching buying pressure step in right after that candle. Positive delta right down into the zone that I was waiting for. We're trying to buy on the pullback. Let's see. Don't need this thing to run for forever. The tops of the highs would be past a 1-to-1. So again, buying on a pullback is pretty much the only play I have right now. If this breaks through, I'll start looking for which it looks like it might, I'll start looking for my initial bias, which was to the downside, to see if this thing's going to continue. Again, watching this on Tradeovate, if I got my head turned, that's what I got going on. What are we at here time-wise? 3:15. So we got indecision candle and then a bunch of chopping around. Need this to work quickly or it's going to break down pretty quickly. But less than my 50-60 tick stop loss at one contract that I'm looking at, about 42 tick stop loss, a 1-to-1. Let's mark it out. I don't like to put more position tools on my chart. It's too much BS. And let's look at that would be 42. Let's look at 84, unless it comes down and takes me out. There's my 1-to-1. There's my 2-to-1. Don't like how it's stalling here and not immediately reacting back up with a nice bullish candle there. I'm not loving this price action. Stop loss not in a bad place, right below the low of this big candle. Up above these again, trying for it. There's a 1-to-1 hit. I'm going to bring my stop loss. I'm just going to manually do it. I'm going to watch what happens. If this turns around quick, I might just duck out of it quickly if I get the chance to. But I just want to leave my stop where it's at for the moment. We are at a 1-to-1, and I like to move my stop loss to break even at a 1-to-1. But I'll just watch it, and I'll manually handle it. Oof, really flat delta on this one. I don't like that price action so much. Again, would like to build up a little bit of a buffer so I could try to increase risk. Again, at the end of the day, it doesn't leave a lot of time to start doing that. Let's see what this next candle looks like. Would like to see the big push up. Otherwise, might just take it right around this 1-to-1. Coming back down to break even. Down below, prior bar low. I mean, you know, we're still in this uptrend. That's the play on this. Buy on the pullback and wait for it to pop back up. I don't like how we didn't just continue and coming back down towards stop.
Stop filled.
Yep. Seller stepping in on this one. I may go ahead and watching Delta, watching the Tradeovate chart. I might try this short unless that's just a stop out to continue its pop back up.
Order filled.
I'm going to try this short, guys. I'm going to go with a little bit wider stop. If I take another L on this one, this will probably be it for me. I'm taking on a little bit more risk on this one than I'd like to. 78 tick stop loss to start. If it goes against me quick, I'll be taken out quickly. But I'm looking at this failing to break the high. After pulling back down on some real serious selling pressure, some negative delta forming even on green candles. So we got chance for sellers to step in here and start to take this thing back down. This is my aggressive entry, you know, again, selling on this somewhat of a still strong uptrend here. Stop loss pretty far for me, above this high. If it comes back up above this high, you know, I'm out, and that'll pretty much be it for me where I want to cap risk on this account. We're looking at, let's say it's 80, about $400 of risk. But I'm targeting this pre-market high. If it starts to sell off here, I think it could dump pretty damn hard towards the end of the day. So that's the reasoning behind this trade here. But again, I might be just continuing my my unfortunate saga of making money in the morning and give it back in the afternoon. Again, trading an eval account, a smaller one, testing out how I'm going to structure risk to a degree on this one. So not an enormous amount of pressure here, but would like to take some good trades. Don't love price action. Don't love that we're not following through on this. Don't like that we've got somewhat of a strong delta and a pop back up. I'm in it now. I'm going to leave it and see if we can't get a win out of one of these. Again, looking for this end of day volume to come in here. That's what we're leveraging towards the end of the day. 3:21 p.m. Eastern, right around 39, 38 minutes left in the NYSE session. It has been running towards highs, but here is where some volume can come into the market and make some serious moves. Not playing nice with me to start. Nope, looks like it wants to come up and take me out. NQ, man, not playing nice with me. Not playing nice at all. No wick to the downside on this candle. Again, like negative delta on another green candle. It's just creeping higher. Might not be enough to keep me in for a dump on this one. Or this thing might just rip and continue doing what it's doing. And again, I'm playing the wrong side of it. Not out yet. Let's see if we can get something on this one.
Stop filled.
Yep, that's going to be that for me. Maybe it, yeah, trading view is gnarly lagging. Maybe it runs. Maybe it just needs to pop up above this high before continuing doing what it's doing. But I'm not on the right side of the market on this one, guys. Looking for the sells initially on some of these would have been okay, but this is just a slow creeping market, and I'm getting caught in chop right here. When I started entering my trades, we're catching some back and forth movement down below lows for a split second and then a whip back up. I'm going to limit myself and just wrap it up right here. If you guys got any trading questions, happy to answer them. Unfortunately, showing you guys some more losses. Not a whole lot dollar-wise, but for this account, that's as far as I want to take it before I say, no, I'm not going to keep looking to buy breakouts and sell breakouts. Just going to wrap it up there and leave it be. Come back to the market fresh tomorrow. But see this. Yeah, strong delta coming back in. I think it's going to head down. I really do. It'll be frustrating to watch, but that's about as far as I could put a stop. And selling on this stuff coming down looked pretty solid after failing to break this high. But I don't have a clear trend to trade off of, and I'm not just going to keep taking small trades on it, looking for stacked imbalances to work out when they're just not working for me. So it happens. That's part of it. Losses, wins, you guys will see it all here live. Would like to make these a little bit nicer of winners for the end of the day, but I'm just not getting them. So I can't force the market to do anything. I've just got to ride along with it and try to get on the right side of it. So guys, Thanks for jumping on. Not financial advice. Trading's risky. Most traders lose money. Not a recommendation or suggestion to do anything. Feel free to hop in the free Telegram. Join me there. Send out analysis, news, stuff today where I talk about risk management, your approach to win rate and risk to reward. Try to help you guys out for free as much as I possibly can. Plus, restructuring some of my other programs over the next few days. I'll be rolling more info out on that. So I hope you guys have a great evening. Thanks for joining me. I won't apologize for losses, but I'd like to make these some nice winning afternoons. We had a couple of them strung together, and now I'm getting a couple strings of losses, but that's just how it goes, man. I'll show you what the real side of trading looks like. The wins, the losses, the good, the bad. You'll see it all right here. So again, thanks for hopping on. I will see you guys in Telegram. I'll see you guys maybe here tomorrow. Have a good night.